Welcome to the Rockhound Podcast. We're so happy that you could join us here to talk about rocks and talk about you guys having some of the coolest rocks on the planet. So excited. This is the viewer show and tell show, and you guys brought it big time. So excited to get into what we have to show you. But first, who's in the room? Who are you today?
I am John Riverman Van Jangles Esquire the Third. I forgot I wrote that.
As you're reading your name.
we started and then just kind of talked for about 30 minutes. So I totally forgot what I put down for my name. So I am Riverman Van Jangles Esquire the Third.
Technically, we were talking for about an hour, but who's counting?
Oh,
yeah, I think it was bending shape and time as always, right? We clearly don't.
Yeah, man behind the curtain does.
Well, we're about to do that for you as well. And I'm Karen from Ozone Fine Art Ventures out here on the both rainy and sunshiny Oregon coast. I can't decide. And how was your week, Van? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to read the cheat sheet. Riverman Van Jingles Esquire the Third.
That's gonna be great to say that throughout the whole podcast. Anyway, my week was busy. I think last time I talked about how I was trying to figure out how I could turn rocks on the lathe. I figured it out.
Oh, this is groundbreaking news right here.
I figured it out. It is much slower. It is not ideal, but it works. Dang it, it works really well. I'm very happy about it. So, without spoiling stuff, you can expect to see rocks turned on a lathe in about a month.
Ooh,
yes.
Wow, that's a gravid mystery right there.
Yes, it is. Not ready to talk about that yet. I'm sure longtime viewers, I'm sure, already are aware of what I'm talking about when I drop a hint like that. But anyway, other than
now
that,
you've really got them simmering.
Yeah,
nice.
If they don't know, now they're going to be angry.
I know already.
Do I? But other than that, I did a video for the second channel last week, which I think I'll send you a picture, Kyle. I obviously don't have it with me, but I carved a piece of angelite into a dolphin surfing the waves.
This was amazing.
It was a lot of fun. It went way faster than I was expecting it to. I need to carve angelite more often because that stuff is a dream to carve. It is so soft and takes such a nice polish.
It's heavenly.
It is so nice. And when you polish it, it's like sky blue. It's so pretty. I love that stuff. Other than that, it is amazing out here right now. It won't be tomorrow because it's supposed to start snowing for 4 days straight. But today it was 55 degrees. So, and it just so happened that Alexis got off work early today. So we grabbed the dogs and we went out to the river for like 5 hours and it was amazing.
Yeah.
Literally my first rock hunt in Montana since November. And it was amazing. It was so good. And we found some fantastic stuff, which I will be showing.
You can see the glow around you, actually.
Yeah, it was so nice. Oh my gosh. I have two things for show and tell, but I will drop the hint that first hunt of the year doesn't really get much better than what we found at the end of the day. Oh my gosh. But other than that pretty much covers how I have been up to.
Yeah, I liked the fact that you had some coverage, and so like the oh my the capital,
just all caps. Oh my gosh! And then I lost my reception, so I was like, oh, that's a really mean cliffhanger for those guys.
Wait for it.
Sorry about
that. But
it
was worth it. And now you guys have to wait for it, though, just a little bit, because that's going to be later in the show after we see everybody's killer views and tells, whatever. We'll get to see Riverman Von Jangles Esquire the Third's two fabulous offerings. Well, thank you, Riverman Von Jangles Esquire the Third.
Of course. How was your week?
My week was just kind of a blur. So I too am full of a glow from having been down on the beach. We had the same maybe pocket of good weather that you guys had. because we're expecting, we had some freezing rain today, and then I think we have a chance of snow again. So we're looking headlong into, doom. But meanwhile, we did get down on the beach, and the dogs had like all of this winter pent upness, and so there was great rejoicing, zoominess, and wacky hijinks on the beach, and we found some cool stuff. And yep, there's going to be something at the end of this here viewer show and tell to show off as well. And I'm working on my website, and I'm retooling it. It was the same template from 6 years ago. And so anybody out there that has website woes about like having to kind of retool the whole thing, like, feel me.
I will be soon, because I was talking to you about this the other day. I am probably abandoning Etsy soon, and I want to make my own website just because it'll be easier for what I want to do. So
it will, and it's so good.
Yeah.
Once you like get the momentum rolling, or if you're in the mood to do it, because it's very creative, and it can be, expressive and artistic, and you're excited to go to your site because it's looking good. And then you have a bad relationship when, you feel like it's still. And like, I was having a really hard time going to my website because we were having like a falling out, if you will. It was emotional. And so I was like, okay, you're gone. We're need to rethink it. I mean, it's not going to be that different, but I just, there's obviously things that get updated in that amount of time that I was underusing as far as, the cool technology and techniques of things. So anyways, that'll be coming up also, some nice new things on the website and a fresh look. And that is it. So let's get right into the incredible ice show that you guys are about
best
to get.
rocks this side of the Mississippi.
And otherwise, I mean,
which I guess
think
depends on which side of the Mississippi you're on.
Yeah,
both
we got
sides.
Stuff from all over the world tonight, guys.
Best rocks on both sides of the Mississippi.
Whichever way you're walking.
Yes.
Guaranteed. So, oh wait, I think I should shout first. Do you think I should shout?
I mean, yeah, probably.
That might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Kyle,
we were just ready.
I
forgot about shouting.
Murmur on for the next hour or so. Okay, so let's see. First of all, Ontario Rockhound Aiden was such a fun guest last week. Thank you so much for coming on and bringing the incredible rocks and information. So we'll definitely have to have Aiden back. That was a blast. And Julie McKenna loved it, of course. Loving our jag of our Canadian guests, actually, because we definitely have been plucking the resources from the Great White North. It's been awesome. Sandmaker, he loved the show as well, and thanked Aiden. Really enjoyed all the fossils. We had a fossil fest like crazy. It was fantastic.
Why is it that there's a fossil fest every time I'm not here?
Oh,
that's just wrong.
Not fair, is it?
It's not fair.
All right.
Also, side tangent. Sorry I was gone last week. Alexis was in Texas for like 5 days, and she got home during the podcast, so I was with her. But I'm back now.
You all understand this.
Yeah.
But there will be no more fossils without Riverman Jingles Esquire the third. And so, Randy, the Sandmaker, also mentioned, we were talking about the cloud chamber and radiation and whatnot, of course. And
yeah, obviously.
He had done one back when he was 7. Apparently, they would like mail a kid a block of uranium so that he could, it was
Because
probably in the back of a comic strip or, comic book or whatever. And so he was enjoying that part of the conversation, and he said the contrails were cool. Of course they were. Colleen Neophyte Ors was really excited about the road cut part of our conversation. She says that road cuts always get her. I mean, how many of us are, kind of, if you're not driving glued to the window, I know I am.
Road cuts are a huge part of our rock hunting.
I love looking. I mean, and just the all the general geology. You know, I love the roadside.
Yeah, I know that's not the case for everywhere, but in Montana, so long as it's not someone's private driveway, you can hunt all the way up to the fence line on any road or highway and the interstate. Obviously, not the interstate, but.
Right, there's the easement. And so, yeah, you just currently rock hounding Jared has like that great hack of wearing the fluorescent vest.
Yes,
and
I need to get one. That was like one of the smartest things I've ever heard.
And people don't bother you because they think that you're official.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I know what I'm doing is perfectly legal, but I still get awkward every time a car drives by and looks at me weird.
I'm like looking the other way. I'm looking down at my feet. I'm like, oh. Picking up trash. Yeah. So she was talking about pulling over at Lynn Mountain. I'm not exactly sure where that is. Finding some calcite, barite samples made her day, because that's the other thing is that, you know, while you're watching the road cuts go by in your window, sometimes it's, oh my gosh, you know, can we turn around? Oh, there's no turnaround for 50 miles. You know. Oh, okay.
That's when you employ the tuck and roll. James T. Kirk out the window. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Let's see.
Getting some good info you guys can use at home tonight.
This is like already chock full of fun, this one. Dustin finds rocks. He was missing out on the Druzy show, and he's like, apparently we're not allowed to do Druzy stromatolites without him. So, you know, you're right. Like there's certain people that need to be around for certain conversations for sure.
Yeah, it's true.
He was we were talking about so Aiden's really into like the oddities as far as rock collecting goes. So, you know, you've got the prize specimens because they're like the holotype of what they are, and then there's the ones that are just different, like so far off. Yeah, that's what he likes to,
I love that kind of stuff.
And so Dustin was talking about a Herkimer that Brian Major, the crystal collector, gave him that was skeletal. And so I, like, you know, we should actually be showing and telling this tonight. So Dustin, I'm throwing down the gauntlet. You're supposed to send me a picture of that, and we shall show it off on our next show and tell, hopefully. Or maybe the next time that he comes on. Maybe we need to have him on.
Maybe we should just do a Druzy special and have him on.
Ooh. Okay, that's an official invite. That's such a good idea.
Dustin, we've called you out.
Yeah, who doesn't love Druzy? You know,
have your people talk to our people.
Yeah.
I.e. Kyle.
Yeah. Message Kyle, in other words.
Oh my gosh. And then he was talking about he actually there's a whole chapter out of a book, I think, here. And so go on to the comments and read the rest of what Dustin was saying. Val Summers, he was just sorry that he had missed it when we were being live. Ethanol was used as a drying agent when cleaning glassware. That was to something that we were talking about last week, of course. And then she was also wondering about the 760, which was the starting bid price for Kyle's bidding things on his live shows, the auctions. And so we ascertained that 760 wasn't a magical number per se. But what is it, Kyle?
So for when I do the auction items, what happens is, depending on the item and how much it weighs, the minimum bid is the cost of shipping. So that way, if it sells for that price, at least the shipping is covered.
Yeah, that's smart.
You don't want the 1 penny and then like, okay, now you're stuck for not cool.
So
it wasn't just like your lucky numbers from a fortune cookie way back?
No, it's just to cover the shipping. That way, you know, because like I would love to do like auction items for like stuff I'm getting for like the live sales, but I would hate to pick something out and auction it off and then not have it sell, and then all of a sudden I'm having to spend my own money to pay for the rest of the item. So that's why I'm doing my own stuff out of the pile, because I can be like, okay, the cost of it is the shipping. If it doesn't go for that much, not a big deal. At least like the shipping's covered. But so far, the auction items have all gone, and a few items were very reasonably priced. Like someone got a large chunk of Hampton Butte green wood for like
Ooh,
dirt cheap.
wow, really? Maybe I need to
Yeah,
be watching these more often.
maybe you should, Karen, or you can just come over here and help me out. I'll
I
pay you.
know that would be a fun guest spot. Like come in, just hang out at the hangout and Kyle's live. Right on.
Steve's
Yeah,
gonna be like,
that
"Where'd
might
you?"
have to happen given our conversation before we went live tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah. So all right, thanks for clarifying that for Val.
you're welcome.
And and thank you guys all for chatting away in the chat and all of the Discordians over on the Discord. If you want to be part of the next viewer show and tell, because they're always just about how many rocks we get in our inbox, go ahead and hit the email in the description and we will have you be a star of the next viewer show and tell. Just send some pictures and a brief description of what it is. And then also that same email is good to get invited over to our Discord where we're doing this sort of thing all week. And we actually have quite a few stars from the Discord tonight. So let's get to it. I think the first is yours. Wait. Riverman Von Jangles Esquire the Third.
You have to pull my name up every time.
Yeah.
That makes me happy.
Haven't
We're gonna have
committed
that.
it quite to memory.
Yeah.
Why not?
Which is shocking. It just rolls off the tongue.
Right.
Okay, so this is from Lorne Tremblay. And he says, back in 2020, we got a dog and I started taking him for walks along the river close to where I live. I started finding some fossils and have since become hooked. And I feel that.
Yes.
I think we all commiserate. I tried to get out as much as possible with the dog and thought I would send you some of the different baculites I have found. I know Theo likes Theo likes baculites and thought he might enjoy these. I do love baculites.
Oh,
They are one of my weaknesses, one of my many rock weaknesses. These are all found along a river in southern Alberta. The first two pictures are of a baculite piece I found still embedded in the concretion. I polished the sutures and figured I would just leave it in the matrix. Has some nice calcite crystals as well. The next two pictures are two separate pieces with nice color. They are wet to help show the color.
That is an understatement
Yeah.
on these pictures.
I knew those were Alberta before he even, like, just the second I saw that picture, I was like, yep, that is some Alberta bear paw shale material right there.
Yeah.
Yep. It has a specific look to it.
Oh
If
man,
you didn't notice.
Very deep and just radiant color.
Yeah, it is gorgeous. That's the heart of the bear paw shale formation. The stuff we hunt down here, all of the ammonites and baculites I find in Montana are is actually the southern end of the bear paw shale. So the reason we can get ammonite on ours is because it's actually the same formation.
Okay. And so you guys are not the heart, you're lower, like
we're lower, yeah.
intestines.
We are a lower branch of the bear paw shale. Bear paw shale is actually the heart of it's like on the Canada-Montana border.
Gotcha.
So it's way farther north, but it stretches down a good ways. It's a different age up there as well. So I think I don't know what it has to do with the mineralization, but typically we can get ammonite in Montana, but it is much more consistently nice up north and in Alberta. It takes way more work to get ours presentable as well. Like comes out of the ground looking like $1 million.
Not fair.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so this next piece I found was the only one of its kind that I've ever found. It is very mineralized and seems like it could be chalcedony. Not sure what I could do for tests to check what type of mineralization is going on. The picture is how I found it. I have not tried to clean it to see if some of the staining will come up. I have found some agonized baculites before. It is super uncommon, but yeah, I believe that could be the case. The main ways to test for that would be hardness and vinegar, actually, and like 1 drop, and be very, very careful with it because
if it's calcite,
it's yeah. That's why I say vinegar and not anything more aggressive, because if it's anything more aggressive, it'll go away real quick. I've done that that's actually how I confirmed that my other one was chalcedony, because I literally submerged it in vinegar and nothing happened, and that should not be happening with a baculite. So this next piece is not a baculite, but a piece of an ammonite that included the inner whorl. It is highly mineralized as well. When I found it, both sides of the inner whorl were filled in with hardened sediment that I was able to remove. That is why there's a difference in color of the ammonite where the inner whorl has not been bleached out and weathered by the elements.
Wow.
The last picture was a large concretion that was absolutely filled with baculites. It was way too big and heavy to move, so I left it. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to share my finds. I'm just starting my journey into rock hounding and looking for fossils, and I appreciate all the information you guys share on your channels. I found some other cool marine fossils, terrestrial dinosaur fossils, and petrified wood as well.
You're off to a darn good start, sir. Is Lorne? Do we know if that's? You're off to a good start. Whomever. What a cool name. So very nice.
Alberta, it doesn't get a whole lot better than that. If you're looking for ammonites and baculites, they don't get a whole lot better than that.
Yeah, beautiful,
the
stuff.
Giant ones, you get the ammonite. It's just good times to be had. I want to get up there really, really bad.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, people like us, we wouldn't be able to take anything, would we? I mean,
there's specific things involved where we Yanks can do it, but
it would be fun just to find.
Yeah, exactly. Derek, I've talked to Derek about this before, and it's like a specific permission system that you have to go through, but he's done it before and knows who to talk to. So he said, if I ever am going to Alberta to get a hold of him, because he can help me work out the legality so that I can do it legally. I know there's strict limits on what you can collect, but I'm not wanting to go out and get a Albertosaurus skull or something like that. I just want some nice ammonite.
If we're being honest, take the rainbows. Thank you.
Yeah. I'll leave the fossil. I just want what's on it.
Yeah. Right on. Well, thank you for that. Gorgeous. Thank you for sharing. And the next guest that we have for the viewer show and tell, y'all probably know him well in the chat, is Ken. And he was sharing some of the finds that he gets over there in Florida, and some of the rest of his collection, which actually, it was a nice sunny day in Florida when he was taking the pictures, and boy, they're a real treat. So he shows off his first ever cathedral, gorgeous, from the Ruggles mine in the town of Grafton, New Hampshire. And it's just a big chunk. I mean, and I don't mean it's just chunky, beautiful. And then he wants us done some more with some petrified wood from the southern Nevada desert, which actually, that's so colorful. It's, it kind of looks like Arizona stuff. I didn't know it could get that good over there in southern Nevada. It's got some, the reds and some nice gold and everything. So that was from Chris at Rockhound Treasure Hunt. And he adds that the pockets are pure druzy. So some druzy for the druzy show, I guess. Not 100% sure on the next one, but he thinks it's a druzy encrusted stilbite or some other zeolite. Beautiful. It's from Clallam, Washington. And so perhaps Jared from Currently Rock Hounding might be able to help us out with that one. A Lachoya geode that he picked out of a pile, and it cracked open. And this thing, it kind of looks meteoric or something.
I love Lachoyas. They can be so cool. They come in such a huge variety of appearances. I've had more fun cracking those than most other geodes.
Because you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, exactly. They look wild.
Surprise. Yeah, so that one's really cool. That if you just, one of my problems with seeing stuff like that is I want to open it more. I'm trying to zoom in to all of those. That is just a riot that's going on in there.
Yeah.
The next one is a pretty little Idaho sea maggot that he just pulled out of the tumbler yesterday. Looking good. Nice.
Yes, it is.
Boy, they've got some talent in Idaho. I'm just telling you. some really good stuff. Good colors there. We have some Starlight and Garnet from Grafton County, New Hampshire. This location is closed. It's not to be confused with the town of Grafton, where he found the cathedral. That's not in Grafton County. He just wanted to clarify. I guess you just can't find that many cool things in just one place. And Stein Kearns, everybody, you know what to do. He's got a whole jar of them. So
yes,
do it for a while. And so he actually parsed some of them out to show off these that he says that one of them's an olive shell. You probably have some familiarity with these guys. Yeah. Riverman Van Jingles Esquire
yes, I do.
There's one of them that like it looks like a really fancy oyster shell,
Yep.
I guess, and it's hinged.
Yep, the two that I'm looking at right now is that paper fig and that jewel box. Actually, no, that's a kitten paw. That is a kitten paw.
Kitten paw.
Kitten's paw. It's cool because there's in Florida, both of those still exist nowadays, but you've got kitten paws, which are like these tiny little scallops, like this big, and then you have lion's paws, which are gigantic scallops, like this big, which I find funny that, yeah.
Yep, we got.
They're both paws, but yeah, yep, looks like a kitten's paw with both halves still.
That is so incredible.
And a paper fig.
Yeah, and we actually, we have quite a few figs that we can find out here. That's always a shape that I get excited about because it's not as predominant as like some of the other little smaller snail shells that we have, or the Calacanthus carlsoni. The only reason why I know the Latin for that one is because we have them so often. I've said it enough times that okay, you know. And he's got let's see, the last he calls the TIE Fighter, and it's from Mason County, Washington, and it is a gorgeous little carnelian with a pretty crystal vug, which looks a lot like what we find down here in the Willamette. Now that's looking really very local, doesn't it, Kyle? Well, he's behind the curtain, but yes.
Yeah, it looks pretty local.
That looks like something that we could go in our backyards and find for sure. It's a really, really pretty piece. And oh yeah, there's one more. He literally, oh, I almost forgot. Pleistocene era lace murex. And did I say that right? Is it a murex or a murex?
Murex.
Murex.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love murexes. They're especially lace murex. They're some of my favorites.
It's gorgeous.
They're so cool. And you can find them still today.
Oh,
they still exist. Like lace murex are awesome. I love them.
Yeah, that is mighty fancy. That would cause a person to squeal, for sure. And and this is a good time for a public service announcement. Yeah, stop not liking shells.
Yes, I've been saying this for years now. Y'all just stop not liking those shells and start liking them or something.
So Ken's doing his part, making sure that the shells are center stage. Thank you, Ken, so much for those wonderful shows and tells. Somebody on the Discord was wondering if it was the Kens and tells or the shows and Ken. Because he definitely threw up a bunch of wonderful pictures. The more pictures the better.
Yes.
Can we ever have too much showing?
I agree completely.
Yeah.
There's never too much.
Nope. So that's it for Ken. Who's up next?
I believe Travis is up next.
Is it okay if I just call you like Van Jangles or Esquire 3 or 3?
I will not
3.
stand for my name being shortened.
The third.
No, you can just call me Jangles. That works. Or Van Jangles. We can just shorten it to
Or
John
Bob.
Van Tangles.
Yeah.
Or just or Doug or Glenn. I mean, whatever you want, really.
Awesome.
It's all the same to me. All right, so these are from Travis. Looks like we got some Bear Canyon agates. So he says, hello, everyone in the podcast. Today for show and tell, I have some more beautiful Bear Canyon agates I was able to collect last summer. That was a blast. And I'm really happy we got you on a good pocket, Travis. This time, I do have a rock lure made from this awesome stuff and a nice little cab to share.
Those are amazing.
They are so nice.
Everybody's oohing and
He got a phenomenal piece when we were out there, like right off the bat. It's so nice. I think that's actually the
wizard.
Piece that, yeah, he is. He's got that agate whisperer stuff going on. The cab and the lure, I'm pretty sure, is that piece that just had killer fortifications. Like that's what you want to see right there.
I want to hold it, actually.
Yeah, they're
Seeing
beautiful.
it is nice.
And then he also had more, so I got a few more cool rocks for show and tell this time, and it's a beautiful dry head agate from the Bighorn Mountains in southern Montana. I did have to buy these slabs, unfortunately, since I would rather go find them myself, but we can't do that anymore since the mine closed in the 80s. I feel you. I feel you. As you can see, they have some beautiful fortification patterns and a nice mix of colors, but that's all I got to say, and I did make a few lures out of these, of course.
And those, of course, make beautiful, like, those lures are just off the Richter cool. If you haven't checked those out.
Could we time out for 1 second?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
He got too good of a shine. I can't show it because it's just reflecting the screen. So everyone needs to get themselves one of Travis's lures because they're fantastic. Oh, you made my screen bigger. There, you can try this again. Oh, zoom the way you murder.
Yeah, that is a great shine.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I'd say Zoom would not be a good way for doing auctions or live sales.
No, it would not. No, it would not.
Kyle throwing shade.
Totally. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Well, those are gorgeous. Like all of it. Man, those dry heads, like
dry heads are something else. It's kind of heartbreaking that we can't go get them ourselves, but yeah, that's a really sad scenario.
All right, well,
because there's some of my favorite. There's just actually I literally have a piece of dry head right here.
Oh no, it's the bag.
I just so happen to have one right here. I love dry heads.
And the lure. Nothing up my sleeve.
Got my bag of tricks.
There
was sorry.
Show it again. You're quicker than I was.
I'll show it again. Dry head. Ooh. Little one I'm worked on a little bit. I need to go back and polish it better though. He sent something else, and I'm trying to find. There it is. Travis was wondering if the white stripes in this piece was opal. My professionally unprofessional opinion on that would be perhaps opal. Maybe opal is super uncommon in the prior range, so I would lean more probably towards an oxidized like chalcedony or chert, because the opal is not really something observed very often in the priors, but it could be.
All right. Yeah. I was hoping for opal myself.
Yeah.
We have a lot of it in the potential in our thunder eggs is that the water lines will be kind of going back and forth sometimes between the opal and the agate and sometimes quartz layers. So you have these like pedophore sandwiches type things that are just fabulous. And so I was wondering if that sort of thing also happened.
It happens for sure in Montana. Like you can find opalized wood in Montana. You can find actually a lot of Montana waterline agate. Some of those layers will be opal, but it's not really something that is very predominant in the Prior Mountains. Lots throughout the rest of Montana, a lot throughout deposits of certain rocks in the Yellowstone. But the Priors are kind of weird because they actually don't really have much opal activity going on in there. But it could be. It absolutely could be.
Well, I asked him if he would scratch it, and he said no.
I understand why.
He had already polished it or had it polished or whatever. And so, yeah. Like, okay, the scratch test or a hardness test isn't
All right,
going to happen.
so
We'll
put
just
some
have to live
vinegar
it.
on it. If it's agate, it will do nothing. If it's opal, nothing will happen also.
Yeah.
So it's a
But
good
you can
test
still
for
have
something like
vinegar
that.
on it.
Yeah, it'll just taste different.
Yeah. But don't lick it.
Yeah.
Also. All right. Well, thank you, Travis. That was a wonderful offering. We know that we can always turn to you to see the very good agates from your fine state of Montana. And we also have Lisa, who shared over on the Discord parts of her collection. And I know that this is just a small smattering because she's such the collectoress, the houndress. And we're going to start off with her stromatolites from Las Vegas Desert that were found and polished by Rockhound Treasure Hunt. And they are swirly and fancy as you would expect the stromatolites to be. I have never found one. So it's always really interesting to lay eyes on them so that, in that strange occasion where you might be somewhere where you might find one, you won't just think it's a weird rock.
Yeah.
That's
Oh no, they're weird. They're bizarre. Yeah. We have them in Montana too, and they're strange.
Yeah. So if it looks like a wrinkly, petrified piece of old food, then it could be a stromatolite, and you might want to pick it up and check it. And so she also wanted to show off some of her newest acquisitions. They are looking like some different pieces of chalcedony, some pieces that she has. I think some of these might have come from Kyle. Maybe he can let us know if he recognizes some of those. We got some spears. Yeah. some nice things parked up against the place in which she was probably watching a Rockhound podcast. And let's see, we've got some more stromatolite, and she said that she needed to throw some fossils in for fun, of course. And so she's got a couple of very large ammonites that are gorgeous next to a pectin, and some guys in front of that look like some crystals. Well, oh, there you go. Awesome. Thank you. I'm looking at the thumb right now, and so I need magnification. But I like the next picture over has some like big trilos. Like,
yeah, that is awesome.
Larry, Curly, and Moe up in there, and that is a gorgeous piece. Like, wouldn't you love to prep something like that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that would be amazing.
to slowly be uncovering those guys. And there's another one in here. No way.
I want so bad to be able to find it. A conglomerate with some trilos in it. That'd be so cool.
Those ones that have all of the really long spines. Can you imagine trying to prep
I love those ones. And they've got like the big weird eye stalks. Like, yeah, I would love. Oh my gosh, they're so cool.
Like, talk about nerve-wracking. You'd have to quit everything for a year, though.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Like that. Oh, they're so cool.
Yeah, that would be a very scary prep. You just hope that you've got really, really soft matrix and use micro abrasion. I don't know that I trust a scribe with that.
Oh no. I just be there with like a little pin straw,
Yeah,
blowing.
Exactly.
And it would be worth it every single second of it.
So worth it.
And she wanted to show off some chunky slices. And I like, hey Kyle, do you know what those are too? There's like a kind of pinkish one, and then there's a greenish one. And then, she's got some piles of some really nice eye candy.
So if it's the polka dot one, I think she got that out of my pile.
They're like crystally. I think I've gone past the polka dot and the chalcedony, and we're down to like, it looks like a candy. It does. It looks like a kind of like pinkish reddish crystals.
Like the ones that's in front of the ammonite.
No, like down, I wonder if I didn't, like they're down further if you're in the Discord.
Hold on.
Let's see. I don't
Keep
think
talking.
she,
We'll leave this up. Let's keep talking. Hang on, let me find it.
yeah, well, she was talking about repurposing cheese platters and, I mean, this is like, what doesn't a rock make look better?
Oh,
So
makes everything look better.
she's got some fantastic cheese platter, but rock platters. And that's what I would serve my guests. I mean, isn't that what you would want to be served as a guest if you went to somebody's
Of course.
Oh, the pink looking reddish
Yeah.
crystals.
Yeah.
That's vanadinite.
Okay, see?
I love vanadinite.
And
Yeah,
then
not familiar.
yeah, okay.
Is that
yeah,
something
okay.
that we can find, or is that something that comes from a different land far away?
I mean,
You can find it in the US.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Haven't
the
found
stuff
it.
We have some in Montana, but it's not as high grade as a lot of the other stuff that you find.
yeah,
There's-
I forgot what the stuff that because she got that from me during my live sales.
Yeah.
And I don't have my sheets in front of me, so I don't remember exactly where that's from. But yeah, those are some of the smaller pieces. I still have a big piece left on the shelf.
Do you want to know
Alright.
where vanadinite gets its name?
Yes, please.
Vanadium. I
Yeah.
mean, it's right there. I was gonna say cobalt to be a jerk. You want to know where vanadinite comes from? Aluminum.
Aluminium.
Oh, well played. The third. Well played.
The third.
See, yeah, you already have a nickname.
Yeah.
All right. And so those are Lisa's offerings. Lisa, thank you so much. It was so much fun to have a look at all those. And there's so many details and stuff. I could just we could make a show out of just your little offering right there. And so after that, we have somebody that the third has.
I believe it is Master Greg.
Oh, yes, it is.
So Greg sent. Oh, is this the top? One sec. I don't have Discord, so I have to do this through Messenger. So I'm trying to make sure I'm on the right pictures. There we go. So Greg has Heavy Morphite from Arizona, a quartz crystal cluster from Italy, molybdenite in host with unknown origin.
Wow.
And those are freaking beautiful.
Yeah, you went too fast. But it's good.
That's why big long pause so that the pictures can speak for themselves.
Breathe.
I just got lost in the pictures there for a second. Then he's got more. So quartz and chlorite cluster from India.
Oh, yeah.
Dogtooth calcite on fluorite from Pakistan.
Look at them
Vivianite. What?
Oh, no.
Them teeth. Sorry. I thought he's spoken Italian for a second.
Nazi.
Yeah. Vivianite or kryptonite, take your pick, from Brazil.
Beautiful.
Then he has galena, pyrite on quartz from Bulgaria, and galena, sphalerite, and pyrite on quartz of unknown origin.
Wow.
And they are some really cool specimens.
Yeah, they are. Wow. Yeah, that the kryptonite. That is just so on fire.
Stuff is wild.
Yeah. This is really cool. Do you know how it got its name, Vivianite?
It was first found by a lady named Vivian. I assume.
Pretty good guess. Because I don't know.
Yeah. I just assume,
Yeah. I often assume things.
Discovered by famous geologist Vivianson.
The third.
The Esquire.
Oh, she's family. Sweet. Okay. Thank you.
Sorry,
for that.
side tangent.
Oh, and then next we have Jackie. And so I think I need to pull up
Yeah, I'm scrolling to find hers.
Yeah. All getting organized here. Here it comes.
Content.
Filler. Okay.
Bueller.
We've got a Mexican flame agate, which is super flamey. That's like so much fun and wacky hijinks up in there. This turquoise necklace she won in a live giveaway. So I guess that's another reason why to attend some people's lives. She needed to show us her score. She found at the thrift store the Old Guys Rock hat. Everybody's got to have one. And this one
Yes.
is from Moab, Utah, which is a good place for rocks, actually.
That's a great color to be from Moab, Utah. That hat.
It is the color of Utah.
It is the color of Utah.
Like all of Moab is that color.
Yeah. It's
So
themed.
you will come back from Moab being of that color.
Yeah.
The next one she's got it looks like tourmaline and maybe garnet and something a
Those are
lovely
so
little
cool.
cluster. Yeah, a couple different looks at that one, and then some bolo ties, because if you don't rock the bolo ties, you're not like a proper hound. You've got to have the rock hat, and then you need a bolo tie with like a super. Do you have any, Kyle or Von Third?
You know, I actually don't.
No bolo ties.
I don't have any bolo ties.
Oh my
I
God.
don't think I
Are
wasn't
you not
expecting
the
you to
bolo
ask me
tie
this
wearing
question because I
type?
was literally about to say, if you don't wear bolo ties, you ain't living. I wasn't expecting you to. I'm caught in my own lie now.
Yeah, I think that maybe you need to live more.
I think so. I'm gonna have to make some bolo ties, I think.
You need a bolo tie in your life. I would love
Well,
to see, like, literally, it would be so interesting to see what you would pick. Like, if you were only to wear one bolo tie in your entire life out of all the rocks. You know, it's the Rockhounds like Flava Flav thing. You could
it is, yeah.
you could put something pretty big. I know what Dustin would do. He'd have like a huge plate of Druzy, you know, from Haunted Ridge in a bolo tie.
That
Dustin,
honestly,
you're
I would
listening?
rock that.
Yeah. We could have a meet up where we just wear our bolo ties.
The great bolo tie exchange.
I think Jared is down. I think he talks about bolo ties. Or wait, no, it might be Jeremiah. I think he's got a thing for bolo ties. All right.
I
Anyways,
love them and I appreciate them, but I don't own any.
all right. I'm wondering how many are going to land in your PO box. All right. It's not a cry for help or anything, guys.
Yeah. I'm not desperate or anything, but all viewers at home, send me your bolo ties. I'll rate them on a scale of 1 to 30.
Right on. Wow, that might happen. So a video coming soon. We have a piece of petrified wood that she had as an offering, and she was question marking that it was from Wyoming. And Von Third, what do you think?
I would agree that it looks like Wyoming petrified wood.
I think that three great threes agree here. That,
yep.
Yeah.
That's
looking very Wyoming.
It looks a lot like the stuff, but both on the outside and the cut section. It looks a lot like the stuff that you get around in the Wyoming vicinity.
Yes.
Around that whole Wyoming area.
That tiny swath of Wyoming.
Yeah.
All right. And that, Jackie, thank you so much for sharing those with us. And that's her show and tell.
Yeah, those are super cool.
I think we have one more. Did you grab Rufo's?
It is in here somewhere. I just saw it. So he is sharing this amazing fire agate.
Yeah.
And a print run he recently pulled.
Yeah. He said that those were a limited edition of 10, and he used blue and sepia. And those are very, very lovely. When you're not rocking,
they are.
You know, if you're doing the winter sports, the indoor sports, that's
winter indoor sports.
Yeah.
Like carpet skiing.
Yeah. There's gotta be indoor Olympics.
Yeah, there should.
Indoor luge, you know.
Yeah, I was just about to say
the hall luge.
Yeah. Uh,
I think I would incorporate my stairway with that, of course.
yeah, I was gonna say that has to be done on stairs. Otherwise, does it even count?
Well, you've got the pushers, you've got at the gate, you have all the people that push before they jump in. So
Yeah, that's fair.
you could
That's
do that
fair.
down the hallway. Got hardwood floors. Although not anymore after, winter luging, I think.
Yeah, you won't have nice hardwood after that.
The dogs would love it though. Can you imagine?
Oh gosh.
All
Maybe
right.
just because I have like mostly Aussies, and Aussies are little balls of anxiety, but I don't think they'd ever forgive me if I did indoor Olympics. Or Dante would be shaking for a week after that.
That's funny. Lily would be under the bed, but like the other two would be like in the luge with me.
Oh, I'm
Like-
sure Molly would be, but yeah, Floyd and Dante and Cy would. Well, Cy would be sitting on the chair judging us, but Floyd and Dante would be hiding elsewhere.
Aw. All right. Well, maybe that dream will have to wait.
Yeah,
4
well,
years.
I'll wait till it's just like they're on some vacation of some kind, and it's just Molly at home,
There you go.
summer camp, or I don't know.
Send them to summer camp.
Yeah,
For your winter.
Doesn't everybody
Olympics.
send their dogs on summer camp in December?
That sounds suspicious. It's not
I've
like going
never
to
looked
freezer
too far
camp,
into
you
it.
guys. It's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, to get this luge back on the rails.
Yeah, sorry.
Do you want to do your show and tell?
No.
I think that's everybody. Is it?
Yeah, I think that is. I think
Okay.
that was all the pictures I got.
Yep.
I do
Thank
believe
you,
so.
everybody. Wow.
Thank you all for the awesome show and tells.
That was amazing.
My favorite one was all of them.
Yeah, I was like, careful.
Yeah.
Okay.
My favorite one was all of them. All the other ones suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
Everybody's
right.
a
So yeah. So we went out today. Actually was pretty much late for the podcast getting home because I was out today at the river. But oh my gosh, so worth it. So we got some awesome stuff. I have 2 show and tells from today with me. This first one is an awesome conglomerate of baculites.
What?
It is just fully
Whoa.
loaded. A couple of these are going to have really nice sutures. A couple of them actually have some amylite on there. Really, really nice. But there's one on the backside that I'm so excited about. Look at the shell.
Oh, yes.
I
That's
love
so
it. And
cool.
it's actually pretty good size for what we normally see up here in Montana. Like,
And that's a huge thumb, everybody.
yeah, I'm 6. I actually had to say this in today's video because I'm such a large human. Things look very tiny when I hold them. So from the tip of my thumb to my pinky is about like 12 inches exactly. I know
Get
this
out
because
of here.
I use it for measuring stuff at work all the time. Like it is
Wow,
pretty much
I have
exactly
a
a foot.
dollar, I think.
Yeah.
Like I think it's 6 inches, like
So-
roughly half.
Yeah. So that being said, when I put my thumb up next to that shell, it's not a little one. It's actually pretty good size. So I have this big old spider hands. So this is going to be really, really nice. I actually have some water here. I wanted to get a couple of these wet to see if I could show off the color any. Some of
What's
these are going to have really nice
is that
color.
it came that nice already. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you can
Yeah.
see how shiny that is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They come out of the concretion with a really good sheen already.
That's incredible.
No. Oh yeah, you can see a little bit of that green. Oh, it flared for a second and now it's gone. Maybe there's some on the other side that'll show better.
Usually when you do it faster.
Yeah. Yeah, let me see. I can see it, but I don't. Zoom is weird and it doesn't like colorful stuff.
No, it doesn't do hues.
No.
That's for sure.
Okay, so down here you can see some of the greens and the pinks. Nope.
Wow, you totally flashed at us like right from the get-go.
Dang it.
That
Yep,
one.
it's not gonna work. Dang it. Well, anyway, you'll see them polished on my channel at some point. I'll bring them back once they're done and you can actually see the color. So, all right. So the next thing is beyond exciting. So before today, it was the very beginning of November, the last time I got onto the Yellowstone River. So last time I hunted in Montana. I went hunting twice in Florida, but it's very different. So It's kind of hard to compare the two. So yeah, I have not rock hunted since November. Went out today, found some awesome stuff, and literally the last find of the day was this
Ah,
monster agate.
wow.
It's so nice. I love it so much. Here, let me get it wet.
Yeah, it's one thing to see it, like it's always fun to see the I'm there and I look at this and you're like, wow.
Yeah.
And yet, you lose a bit of context. Like it
Yeah.
looks way bigger now.
Yeah, exactly.
You hold it up and it's like, oh
Uh,
my gosh, that
yeah,
is
it's
gargantuan.
it's a really big agate. I was so happy. All right, so here, get it up close. There's some really nice moss. It's
Wow.
got some
Yeah, and
really
you can
nice
see
bands.
glowy, like
Yes. Yeah,
wow. Oh yeah, look at those bands.
it shines real nice. And here, oh, sorry,
Ooh.
I'll bring that back. It's got really nice bands. I think there's actually a tube right here.
Oh
You can kind
wow.
of see that tubey outline. We get tube agates in Montana agates a lot. But yeah, this thing actually here. Let's just pull this out. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
look
gonna
at
be
that.
a good cutter. And I
Oof.
actually realized something after getting back today. This is a much bigger agate than I thought it was. So this is the second largest Montana agate I've ever found. I cut it because it was my second largest. I will not cut the biggest until I find another one bigger. So here's the second biggest one I've ever found. I did not realize
Whoa.
just how big this agate is. I only cut one slab off of this rock, so it's really only missing about like that maybe.
Wow.
I think this agate is actually bigger.
Yeah. It seems to be taller.
Which is
Yeah.
crazy. I did not
Wow.
realize just how big it was until I got home. But yeah, it's actually holding those side by side made me realize just how monstrous of an agate this is. So I don't think you can end a first hunt of the year much better than this thing. Like I was beside myself. I was freaking out.
Wow.
Absolutely
Yeah.
hallucinated.
Spectacular.
Yes.
Good job. Yeah. Yeah. It was worth it. It was
It
worth going
was
out.
yes,
Good thing
absolutely.
that you got out today before the snow comes again.
Actually, the snow comes tomorrow at like. Sorry, I got a drop of water on my laptop keyboard. I'm trying to get that off before it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
So the snow and rain comes tomorrow at like 7 p.m. So I'm actually going back out tomorrow
Nice.
because it's going to snow for like 3 or 4 days straight, and I don't want to. If it layers up the way that it could, it might be another 2 weeks before it goes away completely again. So I'm taking my window while it still exists. So I'm going out again tomorrow
Heard
because
that.
this time
Nice.
of year in Montana is kind of all over the place. You never really know what the heck the weather changes on a day-to-day basis. So it's weird.
Heard that.
It's right now it says that it's going to snow for 3 days, but it could end up snowing for 6.
Yeah. Or you might get the opposite,
It could, yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
just it's hard to even know what the heck you're going to wind up with in Montana this time of year. It's kind of spring in Montana is the Wild West of weather.
Yeah, we have the same affliction. Like
Yeah.
in one day, I went running today and it was pretty fair. And it was, it's a cold day. It's like early spring. So yeah. But
Yeah.
The sun came out while I was out. It sprinkled on us a little bit. And I got back inside and it icy rained.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
so I was both warm, like when the sun was out, I was overdressed for my run,
yep,
and
exactly.
then, yeah, like we slid into home base as like it was starting to like sprinkle down. And then, a minute later, like, my house, it has like a pitch top roof and there's skylight and then a lot of windows on one side. And so when we get icy rain or hail or something like that, it's a cacophony up
Yeah.
there. And
Yep.
yeah, we just barely got home and I'm like making myself some tea and like
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, I totally know what you mean. This time of year in Montana, you can see all 4 seasons in one day. It's
there you go.
ridiculous.
Yep.
So I'm taking the moment while I can. It's going to be 50 degrees tomorrow. Really windy, but I don't even care. It's going to be like 15-mile-an-hour winds, which isn't as bad as it could be. So I've definitely hunted in higher winds than that.
Yeah.
Really,
That's not
I
that
don't
windy.
like going out in that kind of wind. From a recording standpoint, it's really windy because cameras do not like wind at all. So if it's really like anything over 10 miles an hour, I have to bring other means of recording because it gets too windy for the. Otherwise, it's just like that horrible, like rasping, distorted sound the whole video. Yeah.
Voiceovers.
Yeah, but I'm really bad at voiceovers. I actually need to ask you how you do your voiceovers because I've done it a few times and it's like, how do people do this? So what I usually do is I'll edit the video completely and then I'll do a voiceover from that. Like watching it, I never make scripts for anything I do, so it's just more of a like reaction video than it is an actual.
That's fine.
It always comes out weird though. Like if you want to see how I do voiceovers, go watch the Demogorgon video on my second channel because that was like one of the only times I've done a true voiceover, and that was a weird experience.
All right, everybody's gonna go check that out afterwards. Yeah. Let's go see Von Jingles Esquire the Third weirdness. Thank you. That was awesome agates. And and of course baculite.
The baculites.
So on the fossil theme, got down to the beach and I had like a fantastic first hunt as well. I found and shared last week one of the biggest agates I've found on the beach, which doesn't quite stack up to the same as yours from your first hunt.
It's a really shifted scale, which is unfair because Montana just has some monster agates. So,
and we're good for jelly beans, and so finding something like that is kind of monstrous and good. Yeah. And so I was pretty excited, and usually, you know, I can be satiated pretty easily. Like I'm just happy to be there, and so you know, I find a few things, and it's all good. And so, of course, though, I'm like, okay, this is a decent washout. I'll go down the next day and check it out. And it kind of had like shifted already. The sands shift so fast out here that like what was good yesterday isn't good today, but there's a new little spot over here. And it just happens like way faster than you'd think. And so I ended up going to a section of the beach that I hadn't gone to the day before that. What was funny is I usually don't like hang out with other people when I'm hounding at all. Like I try to keep a very respectable distance from other people so that they don't think I'm moving in on their territory if they haven't checked that one spot or anything like that. And so I watched these two people kind of work this area that I was interested in going into because I hadn't been there yet the day before. And I like that spot. Like from its just general area, like you got your warm and cold, right? And you kind of start learning it from year to year. And so I waited for them. Like, you guys have looked it over. You're good. You know, you probably found everything. Yeah. And so I went trotting over there, and dude was, I don't know, maybe like 25 feet away or something like that. And I'm looking, and I see this. And I looked over at the dude and I'm like, I'm going to start recording. I'm talking to myself. Hope you don't mind. Like, I just wanted to let you know ahead of time. That's what I'm doing. I don't know. Have you ever like been recording and had somebody start a conversation with you because they think that you're talking to them?
Oh, Alexis does all the time. Never a stranger, but Alexis all the time because I'm really bad where I won't say, hey, I'm recording or something really quick. I'll just start recording and they're like, yeah, no, I totally know what you. Oh, sorry.
Right.
Yeah. I kept doing that to Derek too. Yeah.
And everybody out there that I'm talking to.
Yeah.
And so, I started recording because I had found this. And this thing was literally just sitting there And like I feel sorry for dude because like I think he just like walked on top of it and hadn't noticed that this is a pretty big mammal vertebrae.
Oh,
Vertebra.
cool.
Yeah.
Vertebral.
Yeah, you can see some of the telltales on here. Really, really dense, very nicely permineralized. So there's definitely some agate and then calcite, filling the cells. And I held it up next to the I have one, some of you might remember it, that is partially, and then it's the matrix is all around it. I showed it, I think, on Mam Lambo's show. One of them, like maybe not the last one, but the one before, I can't remember. But
Yeah.
And that was one of those things where, like, it's funny what you just brought up, because it was one of those things where I'm not prepping that until I find a bigger
Yes.
vertebrae.
Yeah, exactly.
Vertebra. And so I think I did, but it's pre-prepped. So
well, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, I can take the rest of this. Like, this is obviously matrix here. So I just have to decide artistically if that's something that I want to do, or if it might just be good to go. That might just be.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I was totally geeking out and like huge smile, and dude's like, oh, what is he fine? So after I was done recording, I walked over to him because I'm like, yeah, are you curious? Like, and he looked at it and he still didn't know what it was. Like, I'm like, this is a really big bone.
Yeah.
Like maybe a smaller whale or a larger, sea lion or porpoise or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was kind of like,
it's like,
I'm looking for agates.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Why not look for both? Also don't.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's weird though, because I found several like fairly bigger agates the day before, and I shared those on the video. That's out right now. I think that came out in between last week's podcast and this one, so you can go see it. And so it's weird. You have your goggles for one thing, and sometimes you have to shift your head.
Oh yeah, totally. Absolutely.
So I had like agate goggles on accident. Usually, I don't see the agates because I'm looking for bones. And yeah. And so, killer second day score. And that wasn't even maybe my most exciting find from that day.
Oh, man.
And so that's a teaser for you guys. You know how I am about editing, but I should hopefully have this next one done, because it wasn't very windy. So I did talk during the hunt. And so it's a much easier edit than if you have to do the voiceovers. So yeah, that should be coming out soon. And that's it for me as far as my shows and tells.
All righty. Those things are awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
Not believe. Gigantic vertebra.
Yeah, that's
so
like
cool.
That's exciting. I will tease that I contacted Mornay about the other thing that I'm really excited about, so I'm getting some clarification.
Oh, you'll have to tell me after this, because I'm really curious. I know what it is already.
That is exciting. Okay, so do we have some wisdom for these guys?
Oh, I have some wisdom. Unconventional wisdom. This week, my words of wisdom are: go watch the Pixar movie Soul.
All right. We have some
these are the things I do.
Activities.
Yeah. When you're done with your winter, bobsledding, go watch the Pixar movie Soul. So what I did while Alexis was gone for 5 days is I made a point to watch every Pixar movie, because I'm a giant man child, apparently. And I was blown away by Soul in a way that a movie has not blown me away in a very long time.
That's a high endorsement.
It is.
Check that out.
Pixar went hard. I was not at all prepared for how heavy that movie gets.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No. So everyone, my rock-related words of wisdom are: go watch the Pixar movie Soul.
Nice. Awesome words. All right. I'm
Also,
into it. I'm gonna go check it out.
seize your moment and go rock hunting. I guess there's
Yeah.
I guess I should do a real word of wisdom, not just endorse Disney, but do enough of that anyway.
Awesome. Thank you. I think mine is expect the unexpected, or don't be surprised when the unexpected happens, or expect the unexpected, kind of like this is a conundrum there. But yeah, we had some surprises happen this week, and I mean, it's super cool to have your mind blown, and for our line of excitement as far as being rock hounds, there's you cannot predict always what kind of craziness you're about to embark on. And
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
hopefully that's a positiveness, but yeah, expect the unexpected, and be open for it. Hopefully it won't catch you on your heels. Have the proper stance and be ready for it. So,
I like it.
That's our wise. You have any parting words for those
It's
guys
better
out
than
there?
my words of wisdom. I'm telling you to go watch a movie.
And don't forget
I'm
the popcorn.
kind of running on fumes at this point. I'm sure that probably shows by my yeah.
I think we're always fumy.
I think that's probably why
Coffee
you and I
fumes.
tangent so much, because both of you and I are always just running on fumes.
Yeah. It's all good. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end, and we cannot thank you enough for sharing your goodies with us. Like, this was a spectacular bunch of eye candy for us to be able to go through. Getting it all organized was really fun, because we get to fawn all over your pretties. And so
Absolutely.
if you want to be part of the next one, because everybody always says so after, I forgot this time or whatever, go ahead and send your pretty pictures and a little brief description to the email that's in the description of this video. And also sign up for our Discord, where we show and tell all week long, and we troubleshoot and we help each other ID things. And there's a random part of the channel where you can just talk about Pixar films if you want to. I'm sure that will be part of the conversation this evening as well. Join us
It better
there.
be. Y'all need to watch it.
Theo will be watching you guys.
I will be. We'll make a Discord just so I can go in there and supervise.
Lurk.
Yeah, lurk.
Sweet. All right. And so for the rest of the weekend and on, make sure to get your Winter Olympic activities done. Rock on.
Especially indoors.
Yes.
Yes.
On behalf of us all here at the Rockhound Podcast, we will see you next week. Rock on.
Bye.